Hey up, everybody. How's it
Yeah.
going?
Hello. All good. All
Hello.
good.
So
Hello.
we have YouTubers Noobiker, bottom left-hand corner, Weston Super Motovlog, Phil, bottom right-hand corner, and Saddlebag 73, top right-hand corner. Hello, guys. How are we all doing?
Very well,
good.
thank you.
Jolly good. Let's
Better
see what we've
now.
got in the side chat. Good man. Good man. So we've got Kevin Roach, Ken Brooks, Andy GSA Tractor, Rhythmic Biker, Carl Monkey. It's a funny name, that one. Matlock Biker. So we got Blake, David Hawkins, and
Mr.
many other
Dave.
people. Mr.
Billy
Dave.
Bofova.
Yeah. Weymouth Biker and Paul Clark and many others. We have 37 on at the moment. Thanks for coming along to the show, everyone. If you've got any questions for any of us, then please ask away in the comments. I just want to start off by saying that a good friend of mine lost his dad yesterday. He was a biker all his life. He owned a Norton and a couple other bikes. And I just wanted to mention him, and much respects to you and to the family. So I just want to give him a quick mention because he did watch my videos a lot. So thinking of you and the family. Right, guys, where do we start with you guys then? New bikes, new biker. Let's start with Saddle. Saddle, your new bike. What made you choose the? Yeah, brilliant. What made you choose the old Bumblebee then? What do you call it? A VB? Is it?
B-Strom.
B-Strom.
B-Strom. Yes.
How long have you had that for?
I've had that. I've probably had it a couple of months, but I haven't had a lot of use out of it yet. But I love it. I really do enjoy riding that.
And you chopped that in from the Nomad, didn't you?
The Nomad.
Yeah.
I just kept walking past that to get on another bike when I had it. So
yeah. But
The
now it should be good for the summer next year.
Yeah, there she is.
I said the struggle is real, isn't it? When you've got so many bikes.
Yeah, it is.
A bit of a funny face, isn't it?
You know what? I didn't really used to like the headlight too much, but it actually looks fine, doesn't it? In reality, it's a nice looking bike. It's good condition as well.
It is in good nick, yeah.
So, what's your plans? Are you going to do any big trips on it next year? Got anything planned or?
I haven't got anything planned, but I will. I'll get away on it. Not sure where yet. Like to do north of England. Not sure about going abroad just yet. Maybe. I don't plan that far ahead, so I'll just see what happens.
Have you got panniers as well?
If you're gonna if you're gonna go abroad, can you please tell me where you're gonna go and when you're gonna go? Because you always get sunshine, and I need to, I need to latch on to that.
Yeah. I've got shad panniers for it, which I bought for the Z.
Oh yeah.
And I sold the mounting kit to somebody, and bought the mounting kit for that one. So it should be good for everything. That it's light enough and nimble enough for the country lanes, but it's big enough and powerful enough to tour on. You know.
Yeah, and with twinks as well. I guess it's
with twinks all being well. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be brilliant. Excellent. And Phil, you got a new bike as well, haven't you? Got the TRK.
TRK, yeah. I had it for a few months now. So it was a gamble. I think with anyone who sort of buys anything that's, a Chinese bike that you don't know a lot about, you take a bit of a risk. But it's just incredible. I mean, for what you get, the kit you get, the build quality, the fit and finish, for the prices that they are brand new. I mean, obviously I bought mine secondhand; it was 3-year-old, but it's just mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing.
It's very comfortable, isn't it?
Superb. I mean, the two of us have done Western Supermare over to Belgium and back in a weekend. We've done Ireland and back in a weekend. And, like all of us, when you get off your bike after having a long ride and thinking, that was a good long ride, 20 minutes later, you want to get back on and go again. And it's like that. It's just super comfortable for a pillion and a rider. It's not perfect, by the way. It's close to it.
Yeah.
It's a 500cc, and if you're going 2 up and you've got a load of luggage, you certainly feel the lack of performance maybe when you need it. You haven't got that overtaking ability on single lane roads, and the front end gets a little bit light when you're 2 up. But nothing dangerous. You just know you don't notice it. So
Yes, and the suspension's pretty good on them as well, isn't it?
superb. I mean, I've had a lot of bikes in my time, and to be fair, that the one bike that I could maybe compare it to for having equal suspension and just as good handling was the Ducati Monster, which was, the suspension on Ducatis is known for being brilliant, and actually the Benelli I felt just as confident on.
Yeah. I must admit, I was impressed when I rode it. It seemed to tick a lot of boxes, really.
Yeah,
and it's only when on the motorway that you kind of feel it's a little bit. Well, I felt I wanted a bit more, just power more than anything. But
I mean, what I did was I changed the rear sprocket, which gave me a slightly lower rev at motorway speeds, or well, all speeds, but mostly motorway speeds. That's what made the difference. And what I thought was it would actually bring the RPM down to the sort of power band area, so that if I did need to overtake, I'd have something there instead of it being at the top of the rev range. Whereas actual fact, all it does is you just have no power, but with less revs. You drop it down a gear and you still have no power, but with higher revs. So once you get sort of 75, if you're 2 up and you've got luggage, that's pretty much its comfortable cruising speed. And you have to plan overtakes from that speed, sort of several postcodes in advance. But that is the only downside of it. But bear in mind, that's 2 up, fully loaded, European touring, and you can't knock it for the price you pay for them.
No, absolutely, mate. Howie's just mentioned there, you test rode the got a video out today, Noob, haven't you, of the GS 1300? I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't.
How dare you? It was a complete disaster. I was just thought I'll go out for a laugh and try it out, and then ended up really liking it. I was like, oh no, what's happening here? I'm going to the GS zone again, pulled in. We really enjoyed it. Am I going to get it? I don't think. Probably not right now. Probably not in this coming year. I still really enjoy the Z1000. But yeah, it's planted a seed in my mind at this point.
Yes.
And I probably wouldn't buy one new anyway, because I probably wait for like a nice, good second-hand example and save myself a whole lot of initial depreciation.
Yeah, and it is big depreciation on a BMW as well, isn't it? Even in a matter of 2 years, you can save yourself $6,000, I expect.
Apparently, they're supposed to keep their value really well, but I'm going to guess that there's going to be some kind of initial hit. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's funny that all the people that do have GSAs, like Andy GSA Tractor, they don't want to change because they like the ruggedness of the 1250, the original style, where it's all racked out. You can see all the frame and all the rest of it. But I think it's going to attract a different market, much like the new Himalayan 450. I think it's going to attract new people into the brand, and maybe that's what they've done with this one, possibly.
I think it looks good. I like the new headlights. I kind of like the looks. And it was billed as having a slightly lower seat height without any lowering kits, and it did feel okay to ride until I parked it on a bit of a slope, and then I kind of struggle with it a little bit, getting it off. But it was just a case of handling it on the ground and probably be a bit of technique, like turning the handlebars the other way. But I got out of the situation, so it was okay. It wasn't like I was trying to go up a grassy slope or anything.
No, that's it. Yeah, he would do that. Yeah.
Nobody I know.
But yeah, how do you get on with the front suspension? Because that's got the telelever suspension on it, hasn't it? Where it doesn't dive.
Yeah, that was really good. That was
strange feeling.
Yeah, that was quite surprising. I kind of mentioned it because you pull the brakes and it doesn't dive. You were expecting it to kind of go a little bit like the Himalayan does, like the Z1000 does, and it doesn't. It just stays upright, which was very, very good.
It's a pleasant surprise, isn't it?
Gives you a lot of confidence back. It gives you a lot of confidence, and the roads were shall we say, not ideal. Shall we say a noob normal roads on the day, wet with
absolutely
lots of crap
chucking down with
everywhere.
rain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in every one of my videos, it seems these days, it's chucking down with rain and there's all sorts of rubbish on the roads. So, but I never at any point did I feel, oh, I don't know what it's doing. So it was always very good with the feedback. I always knew what he was doing. Right, it was going exactly where I wanted it to go. So that's kind of what really impressed me.
Did you get a chance to play around with the modes on it, dynamic and sport and whatever else, off-road, and because it's almost like buying 5 different bikes with the different modes that you get on them.
Yeah, you do feel the difference. I did put the suspension straight away in sort of dynamic mode, and then I started in rain mode, then I had it in road mode, and then I had it in dynamic pro, and then I think if I bought it, I'd probably just leave it in dynamic pro all the time.
Yeah, they certainly shift, don't they? I found in dynamic, everything's up, and because I didn't realize the difference. I went from road to dynamic pro, and I opened it up, and the front wheel come up in 3rd gear. It's that different, that much of a difference.
You bad boy.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't have it come up, but it definitely felt like it was quite trying to rip my arms off. Yeah.
Was that your first wheelie?
No, I've done a few. Yeah, on a rally chopper.
Yeah.
It's my first accidental wheelie anyway. At least it didn't go too wrong anyway. Right, let's see who we got down here. Who've we got in the is the new biker going to get that 1300, or who knows? I could see you on a GS actually, Noob. Who knows? Never say never.
What makes you say that? What makes you say that?
Yamaha. Have you got rider modes on your V-Strom?
No. It's got 2 levels of traction control. That's it.
Yeah.
Which I like. I don't like too much of this tech stuff,
Yeah.
It's lost on me.
Bit of too much messing around, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. But
TRK's got 2 rider modes.
Is it?
Yeah, engine
what
running.
Do they call
and
it?
Not running.
All right, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Seems to be quite common these days, doesn't it? Those engine modes. Yeah. Oh, Tom TC's in the house as well. Hello, Tom. Never been on a bike backhand flat foot. Yeah.
Yeah. Just showing off. Okay. You know what, Tom? I never banged my head on a doorway.
Yeah. So you guys are still out riding, are you? All of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I went out and met the guys from or some of the guys from Los Perezosos. Do you know what that is? It's just a little local Royal Enfield owners club we've got. Some of us went up to Snowdonia.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I met some of them up at Wood and Down yesterday, just off the A30, and I was greeted with the bloody birdie song because I was on the B-Strom.
They're a brilliant bunch.
They call it Tweety Pie. Well, buggers.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Just to let Grant know, yes, I am still doing up the Daytona. He's asked the question twice now. Yeah.
How far you got with that now?
It feels like I've gone backwards. I actually dug it out of the garage today. I had to sort of corner it to get a few bits done in the summer on other bikes, but no, I dragged it out of the corner of the garage today. Looked at it, thought you haven't come very far, have you, in the last 12 months? So I've got plans. I know what I want to do, and I just need to get my arse into gear and dive in and do it. It's turning into more of a bobber than an off-roader now, though.
Oh,
Mad Max.
I've already cut loads of bits off it, so it's going to be a bit of a change.
Mad Max.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you got a target for when you want it done by? Summer, for example?
Well, the target was April this year because I wanted to take it down to the social ride.
Okay.
But no, I think April next year. If I can get it on the road April next year in some form, that'd be good.
Yeah.
It's time, isn't it? Thing is, if the weather's good, we want to be out riding the bike. And if the weather's bad, nobody wants to be sat in the garage freezing and damp. So it's just getting the right time.
Yeah. Well, I've had a lovely summer. I've had a bit of the summer off, doing the bikes and that. And now it's winter. I'm full on into work mode again. So I've got no time for any of it really. Hence part of the reason why I'm doing the live tonight, because I haven't had time to edit all the things I need to edit. So just takes the edge off it a bit, really makes it a bit easier. How's your daughter getting on, by the way, Phil? She's still got her little moped. She
really
out and about on it.
She's more of a all-weather biker than I am now. She is out in rain, sleet, ice, whatever. And if she isn't riding it for a couple of days, she gets proper withdrawal symptoms. She's now talking to me about doing her license early on in the summer. And she's already planned what bike she wants, which is a Meteor 350 in yellow.
Oh, really? I'll get on. I'll get on there. That's a good choice, actually. Not bad.
I mean, right now we're at a bit of a loss because MotoGP finished last week, Superbikes finished the week before. So right now, Sunday, it's like, what do we do now? There's nothing to watch. Yeah.
It's that time of year, isn't it? Where you're just kind of waiting for the springtime, really, to kick off.
Hang on a minute. Sunday, there's an Exeter rider video to watch. There's a Noobiker video to watch. There's a saddlebags video to watch. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. I forgot to mention that.
You can put them on loop as well. Just keep on watching them all day long, playing in the background. Or certainly mine, anyway. You stop editing my next video. Watch this. All right. Oh, it's very kind of you, Blake, stopping your editing to watch this. I appreciate that. But
the calmest man in motovlogging.
Yeah.
I watched one the other night. I sat on his kind of back porch. He had his dogs with him, and he was just sort of testing this new pipe or tobacco, I think it was. And I just thought, I just sat there watching it, thinking, that is so relaxing just to watch and listen to.
It is. It's really pleasant, isn't it? Really chills you out. I said to him a couple of times, he makes me want to take up smoking again with that pipe.
Yeah.
The way he's puffing away.
I think I could suit a pipe.
Yeah, you probably get away with that, Phil.
Suits the Harley.
Absolutely. Open face helmet, pipe, spot on.
Hang on.
What happened with the engine?
Hang on. Jeff sent a picture around the WhatsApp group, and it wasn't a pipe I saw with the Harley and the beard and the open face helmet. That was a bit different.
Well, one of them had a pipe, but not what you're thinking.
A different pipe.
That looked more like Phil than Phil does.
I should have flagged that up now, shouldn't I? And put it off. Too late. Never mind. Engine management, like what happened there then, Phil, on the Harley?
Okay,
that was quite normal for Harleys, wasn't it?
Well, no, I didn't even know it had one.
Yeah.
I was shocked just when an engine management light cut. I mean, I work in the motor trade, so I get cars coming in on a daily basis with an engine management light on. But I ride into work, I couldn't for the life of me think what could be in a management system. The technology is so old, apart from it having an IMU, because I have got self-cancelling indicators. But it's whoever fitted it. Basically, the codes that were in it were for high voltage. So you automatically think regulator. But actually, what's been happening, we found when we took the battery cover off, the previous owner or a owner at some point has fitted the wrong size battery, slightly too large, so it sticks out. And the positive terminal was rubbing on the metal battery cover, which, although it's not fixed to the bike, it does sit on a metal bracket at the bottom. So every now and then, it looks like it's the voltage is spiking through the chassis into the instrument panel, which is just a speedo, and the coil. So it was getting varying voltage readings coming from the battery. So or from the charging system. So in actual fact, it was a very simple fix. It was caused by probably whoever fitted the battery previously, not getting the right sized one. Not a failure of Harley's excellent reliability record in any way, shape, or form. But no, luckily it was quite very cheap, very easy fix to do or to sort out, and no more engine management lights. So the only orange light I see now in the morning is the sun coming up.
Yeah, excellent. So how would you track that down then? You visually just saw that there was a crossover between one of the terminals and the frame, or is that how it worked?
Well, luckily, because Harley is so advanced, you press the button on the back of the speedo and turn the ignition on, and it actually tells you the trouble codes that are stored. And the true trouble codes that are stored were for high voltage. If the voltage is over 16 volts for longer than 5 seconds, so automatically you're thinking regulator, it's got to be regulator. Our price went up, and I could have got one, but it also said to check the connections on the battery. And when I took the battery cover off, I could actually see the arc markings on the metal cover that covers the battery because it was sticking out slightly too far. So it was you know, I work with some really good electricians at work at auto electricians, and actually, thankfully, I didn't need him. I was expecting to come and I asked him to come and just check the regulator for me because you can test those things to see what they're chucking out. And he looked at it. We took the battery cover off, and we both said, "Well, there you go. That's the answer."
Ideal.
And it was
That's
like a
great.
30 pence piece of foam now, and it stops it arcing out against the metal.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really good. That's a really good result.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've recently had the MOT done on my van, and it was the lower ball joint that needed changing. And I looked at it, and it's a Renault traffic. It's really difficult to get to. There's a bolt on top where it goes through into the ball joint, blah, blah. Couldn't get to it at all. I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to take it to the garage. And I kid you not, I reckon we've lost at least 20 garages, decent garages in Exeter in the last sort of 3-4 years. They're all dying out, aren't they? And I couldn't find anyone that could do it before 3 weeks' time. And I said, well, that's my MOT up then. So in the end, I done it myself, and it wasn't too bad. It was quite easy for an intermediate. But garages are just dying off, aren't they? They're disappearing off the face of the planet.
It's really strange because there's so much work out there. The reason you can't get a booking for 3 weeks is because everywhere is busy. There is so much work out there. I'm a service manager at a main dealer for 2 franchises in Bristol, and we are currently booking for about 3 weeks now. In reality, you're not going to get a booking this side of the new year. So I can't understand why a lot of garages are closing because the work is there to do it. It seems weirdly, bikes are slightly different. We're actually, from what I can gather, you see more and more franchises being shared out around retailers, bike retailers. I mean, Weston's a small little town. You know, it's an absolute dump of a place. But we've now got a Suzuki dealer. We've got a Benelli dealer in town. We've got just on the corner of or around the outskirts of Weston, you've got the Ducati and Harley dealer in Bridgewater. You've got a multitude of franchises in Bristol, along with Ducati and Harley up there as well. So actually, the strength of the motorbike market seems different. Whether that's to do with world markets, I don't know, but I'd like to think it's because motorbikes are becoming a lot more popular now, and there's more of them out there. I'd like to think that. I don't know if that is the case. It's weird. You see what you look out for. So when I wasn't looking for bikes 10 years ago, I didn't see how many bikes were out there. But all of a sudden, if you are on the bike, you notice more and more. It's like anything. If you buy a yellow Mini, all of a sudden, all you see all day is yellow Minis. Because you're looking out for them, your brain's conditioned to look for them. But I'd like to think that it's because the biking sort of brotherhood is increasing massively, and that's why the retailers are building up.
Is the issue with the garages is it that the modern cars are just so technologically advanced and complicated to fix that they can't actually do the work, or?
I'll tell you what my theory is, and it's not a good one, but it's a bit of a timescale. 15, 20 years ago, there was no money in becoming a mechanic. From my side of the fence now, the sales I don't know, but from my side of the fence, there was no money in being a mechanic. All the money was in gas fitters or plumbers or electricians, because you had your own business. So, youngsters were leaving school. Instead of going to college, they were getting an apprenticeship in one of those trades, not becoming mechanics. Well, now there's a real shortage of mechanics because they weren't coming through. For the last 15 years, they haven't been coming through the system. So there were no apprentices. There were no mechanics coming into the trade. There's been a lot of pressure on the technicians that are out there now. So they're leaving the trade because, there's only so much pressure a person can take just to do their job. So they're leaving the trade. So I think that's the main reason for it. We have a shortage of technicians now in the trade to be able to fix the cars, regardless of how, advanced they are. But it's now turning around. The money is starting to come back into the motor trade. Money is starting to come back into the technical side. So you're now seeing apprentices coming back into the business, which is good. But it's obviously that time scale now of waiting for them to come and be sort of fully fledged technicians.
So you're saying it's just a market at work. It's supply and demand. There was no financial incentive to become a mechanic, so there weren't any mechanics. And now that people are starting to pay them a decent amount of money, then the interest is in them coming back in. It's now an attractive career.
That's my opinion. Yeah, I could be wrong.
Okay.
I've
makes
worked
a lot
in
of
the motor
sense.
trade for 23 years, 24 years now since I left the RAF. But that's my opinion. When I was a technician, when I left the RAF, I was a technician for sort of 10 years, and you kind of were on the other end of it, where you were feeling that there wasn't a lot of money in the trade and it wasn't moving very quickly, and people were already leaving the business to go and retrain to do something else. And then when I went the other side of the office wall and went into the office to manage the business, it was a case of we're struggling to get the money in to pay people to stay in the trade, and there's nobody coming in to replace them either. There's very few apprentices, but that now is changing, thankfully. It's the same everywhere. I mean, 15, 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, everyone thought computers are the future. Well, now every 13-year-old can program on computers. You don't need an expert at it because everyone can do it. So there's no money in that anymore. Actually, the shortage we've got now is of people that are good with engineering. There's the engineering skills have gone, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but
that was my next question, actually. Are they still training them sort of nuts and bolts and gearboxes, or are they training them to plug it into a machine and electrical currents and all that sort of thing? Is that changing a lot as well?
The apprenticeship now is still a 3-year apprenticeship. You still get trained on the basics. You still get trained on carburetors and drum brakes and stuff like that nobody will ever see anymore. But now they do basics on electrics. The electric cars are really, really simple, absolutely simple in what they do. You have to, though, understand how to communicate with them. Once you understand how to communicate with them, which isn't easy, by the way, and I can't do it.
Sorry, can you explain that? Communicate, what do you mean?
Pardon? No, I can't communicate that to you.
Well,
no.
Was it all codes and that?
You just say, "Hey Siri, go 40 miles an hour now."
Well, you can do, yeah. But the thing is, it's what's the best way to describe it? Everyone who isn't a technician thinks that you can just plug a car into a computer and it'll tell you what's wrong with it. That is so far removed from the actual truth. It's unbelievable. What that will do is it'll open a gate, and it'll then lead you down a path. And depending on which way you go on the diagnostic process, you could be going down the wrong garden path or the right garden path to get to an end result. So you have to know how to communicate with the vehicles. Once you know how to do that, it's very easy to diagnose them. And actually, there's so few moving parts on electric vehicles these days that the repairs are generally quite straightforward and quite easy. And it'd be the same for bikes. With a bike, if you have a problem with compression or whatever, it's a major strip down. It's the engine's out and you're ripping it down to the every nut and bolt that you've got that's available to you just to find out what the cause of it is. With electric cars, it's not like that. You've got a brain, you've got several brains, you've got motors, you've got a battery pack. The battery pack, everyone thinks, is this all singing or dancing? Well, those sort of batteries that come like that and they've got a couple of springs on the top. It's no different to a couple of hundred of those inside a massive.
That's all it is, isn't it? Battery cells.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No gearboxes, no clutches.
Electric vehicles aren't the future. It's a stopgap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, right. What else we got down here then? Fitters and mechanics. That's true as well, isn't it? There's some mechanic is proper skilled, and fitters are just mechanical makers.
The engineers are proper skilled, aren't they? That use lathes and
the engineers.
That is a dying trade as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, bikers are the ones that will actually go and search out a really good engineer or a really good mechanic and stick with them, because your bike's your pride and joy. Your car's your mode of transport, but your bike's your pride and joy. So when you find a good engineer that you're comfortable with, and that if you've got a problem with a bike, they're actually going to start it and finish it to the point where it's running better, or at least the same as it was before it stopped, then that's what we stick to. We like the fact of knowing that we've got an engineer working on our bikes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just on the subject, I just started watching a channel called The Bearded Mechanic. I'm sure if you guys have come across him, but yeah, he's absolutely brilliant. I'm loving his stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I haven't heard of him, but yeah, I have to have a look at that.
Yeah,
It's quite therapeutic
there's
watching,
one big
isn't it?
One big fault with him is American, but I'll forgive him that.
Yeah, I can't help that. Yeah, but it's quite nice watching if they filmed it properly and don't drag it out too long. It's quite nice watching YouTube videos where they're mending bikes. I find.
I love watching
Or doing
Alan
anything
Milliard.
like that.
Yeah, Alan Milliard is another one I really enjoy watching his stuff.
He's
does
so
it really
clever,
well.
isn't he?
Yeah, and he keeps that sense of humor, and it explains everything, but it's also keeping it light. It's not dragging it out. It's spot on.
Yeah, it's very good. But am I right in saying he's not actually an engineer? He did some sort of other job, but then he kind of done that as a hobby, and he learned as he went along. I could be wrong. Not sure if anyone can tell us in the side chat there, but
Well, just because he doesn't have an engineering degree, that means he's not an engineer. That's rubbish.
well, yeah.
If he's doing engineering, he's an engineer.
Yeah. Well, what he does with engines, make a 2-cylinder into a 6-cylinder is incredible, isn't it? I mean, it's mind blowing.
So don't tell me he's not an engineer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah. So, any other good channels that you guys know of?
I'm really enjoying following Dewey Wright's trip around the world. I really am. I think his videos are banging. Really good.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of them.
There's one down your way, Steve. It's gonna kill me now for getting the name wrong of the channel, but it's husband and wife, and they've just done a run down to Italy and back on their Africa
on
twins.
the road.
That's it, on the road adventures.
Yeah,
on their Africa twins, and I really like the style they do their videos. Really fun, really entertaining. Just the right amount of information, just the right amount of vlogging, just the right amount of scenery, and they're really good. That's the one I've been watching.
They do a lot of cafe stops as well, don't they? Cafe runs and I always see him around. Well,
he's testing Benelli's at the moment, and actually he seems really impressed with them as well.
Yes, he done the TRK, didn't he? The 502. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. How about you, Saddle? You watch any new channels recently, or just the same ones?
Oh, same old. There's been a few recently. I found Mercia Moto. Yeah, I've only just started following that one. He was in the Swiss Alps. That was quite a stunning scenery and sort of civil engineering in that part of the world. The bridges and the verandas, do you call them, built on the hillside? Incredible.
Yeah, I love all that stuff.
Yeah. Amazing. He went to Europe. He went to the mountains, and he didn't get any rain. Can't believe it, man.
Because you weren't there. That's why. If you had turned up, it'd probably start chucking down with rain. I expect.
I'm telling you, there's like it seems like there are clouds following me everywhere.
Like you said earlier, I'm planning all next year's trips on Saddlebag's calendar.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if I manage to get the information of where he's going. We're gonna see whose curse is stronger, mine or his.
I'll tell you what though, Noob, that was a good series that you done there. It seemed to get better all the way through. Every series that you done on your France trip, it got better and better every time.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn, and you helped me a lot. You gave me some really good feedback on a couple of them, and I think the penny is starting to drop, and hopefully my videos are going to continue to improve in terms of the process and putting it together and cutting some of the wiffle waffle as you call it.
Wiffle waffle, yeah.
Wiffle waffle, yeah. Sorry, I'm still learning. So.
Yeah, no, it's very good, Noob. You've done a great job.
Or Reims or Ream or whatever,
Rem, I think.
Rem, is it?
I've been told by somebody. Don't I'm just repeating.
That's on my bucket list for next summer. Just to
it's really cool over there. But definitely spend some time in the Epernay where all the champagne houses are, and partake in some of the local produce. I think.
Yeah.
I just got your photo come through. Actually, I got two. I can only put up one, Phil, but that's your Why is that not coming up?
It's behind us.
It's behind us. It's behind you.
Oh,
It's
no,
behind you.
All right. Got the message.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Oh, I clicked the wrong one. That's why. What? Add overlay. Oh, it's not going to work now.
Don't you have a 13-year-old that knows computers near you?
No, I've got a 14-year-old.
Too old.
Yeah, I'll give up on that now. Yeah, thanks for the photos, Phil.
You're welcome.
Half an hour too late, but very good. Yeah. Yeah, I've got this thing again where I'd like to do some trips this year, but you know what? I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm really feeling, I don't know whether you guys are feeling it, but the cost of living is starting to cripple me a bit. You know, obviously at work, I'm not selling so much because people were, instead of spending nearly double what they would have done on an extension or any building work the previous year. And everything seems going up so much, isn't it? Do you guys find that? I'm really feeling the pinch at the moment.
Yeah, electric.
Yeah, all the services, and it all mounts up to a, you know, you don't really see it going up, do you? But you certainly feel it. And my 3 young boys, you know, youngish boys, you know, they want all the expensive stuff now. You know, a new PC for Christmas and mobile phones and all that, and it's just, I'm definitely not going to be able to do a video every week going through all next year. I can't see that happening next year because it's just, it takes time to do that, and I've got to spend more time at work next year if I can. It's going to bloody kill me, that, but it's what it is, isn't it? What can you do?
I think I've kind of come out the other side a little bit, where both of my children now are older, so I don't necessarily have to support them in the way. And Christmases are a lot cheaper now than they used to be. So the spare money we have, we want to go and do trips. I mean, when we did Belgium and Ireland, you know, that was mind blowing. That with what we were able to do on a bike in a weekend, that we would never have dreamed of doing in the car. I mean, the Belgium trip we planned well in advance, which was incredible, and we went through some seriously bad weather, and we still loved it. The Ireland trip was a real short notice one after watching Saddlebags video in Ireland. And we just said, should we just go to Ireland? And we did. We booked the ferry. We booked the bookings.com place for the B&B or the apartment. And we just went. And it really opened our eyes. So that's now next year. That is our thing now, as we enjoy it so much. I'm not getting any younger. Do you know what I mean? And I want to do these things while I'm able to physically, and while I can still remember my own name. We want to do these things.
Yeah, it's a huge difference when Mrs. Weston enjoys it as well. If you both want to do it, then, because for me, my missus doesn't, you know, just not interested. You know, rather go in a car or whatever. But if you, like you say, it's a game changer, isn't it? Makes it a lot easier.
It is.
Yeah, and you got the same saddle as well. You know, taking Twinks, it's good to both be able to share it together, share the experience.
Well, we haven't actually done a proper bike holiday yet. Hoping to get that done next year. I mean, we were up Dorset together, but Twinks took the car up and I took the bike up. But obviously, if we were traveling further afield, that's not going to be doable. So hopefully this year, we'll get a few days away, both on the bike.
Yeah.
You have to lose a few pairs of shoes and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. One less pannier. Yeah. Fill up with something else. Yeah.
I was watching some of the really good videos that come out of Motorcycle Live, and they were talking about adventure riding. I think it was the Bennett's Bike Social videos. And the guy was saying, so what do you do with packing when it comes to touring on a bike? He said, pack everything you've got, or put everything down that you want, half it, and then when you've got the half that you think you really need, half it again. And that, I'll be honest with you, the stuff we took to Belgium, we packed it in and in Ireland, and we didn't really need half of it. You know, all joking aside, we're not dirty people, but when you're on a bike, you don't need to be changing your t-shirt every single day, because, you know, it's not like you're not
moving around, are you? Yeah.
No, exactly. So
I don't know about that. I definitely need to change my t-shirt every day. So.
Yeah.
That's because you're a fashion icon.
No, because I'm a sweaty
Look
old
at you there
geezer.
in your S-Bomb t-shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Thankfully, I took a fresh t-shirt for every day in Ireland because it was nearly 30 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, because I get very sweaty. So, but it's just after 3 days, just spend 2 nights in the same place, wash everything in the sink, put it out to dry, and you can pack it in again. You don't have to take one for every single day.
Yeah.
No pressure at all, Saddle. But if you could give us a date for the social ride, within like 2 minutes, that'd be great. No pressure at all.
Yeah.
It's the only thing we got to look forward to.
If it happens, it will be the last bank holiday of May.
Oh,
if it happens.
Awesome.
Everybody's heard here first, because it's going to be a social bags on the last
social bag saddle ride. Yeah.
Are you maybe changing the route up this year or next year and doing the north of Cornwall, like you mentioned last year?
Oh, I think the logistics would be a bit tricky on that. Too many places to lose people.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I have to give that some thought.
Dartmoor is perfect.
You bored of Dartmoor?
No, not at all. I'm just fed up of seeing it in the rain.
Yeah, but Saddle, don't forget he thinks it's Exmoor anyway. So just tell him he's going to Dartmoor next year.
All the same.
Yeah.
I know. Just send me a point in a map. Don't tell me where it is, because I will be in the wrong place.
Yeah. In all honesty, I mean, Dartmoor is perfect for a social ride, because you can't get lost. Big sweeping roads, generally pretty quiet, isn't it? You might get stuck behind one car, but if you're doing a speed limit, then it's no biggie. So it does make sense. I can see why you do Dartmoor.
Yeah, you just have to watch out. You just have to watch out, really. And I'll give you the warning now, because I heard that there's rumors there's some legislation coming in, and you have to be really careful as to any kind of offensive messages you put on the back of high visibility jackets or anything like
that. So. Saddlebags, I am happy to take the risk.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Exactly.
You can thank Quinn for that high vis. He sent that to me. Quinn Pete. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Jam first.
Yeah. Right. Why is the comments not showing? Oh, there they are. Right. Have we got any questions? Oh, look, Epic Adams in here. What's that say? The social ride improves when it enters Devon. That's true. Good point. Which is pretty quick, actually, isn't it?
Right at the start, yeah.
Yeah. All the clouds start to blow away, don't they? Start to smell nice, and just watch a sheep. Yeah, definitely. Bit like Ireland, that Saddle, wasn't it? When that sheep jumped out at you.
Yeah, that was out of in front of Uncle Jesse, in front of me. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
went right under his front wheel.
Yes, it's very close. Right, start wrapping up. Thanks to everybody in the side chat. Thanks everybody. Great to catch up again, guys. Thank you very much for coming on. It's been a good chat. We'll do it next month, maybe between Christmas and New Year. See how you're tied up, and see how you're all fixed at the time. Flapjack Phil, thanks for coming in. Rhythmic Biker, JJ 1050, great to hear from you, mate. Or as always, Phil Carey, Lily, Roland, and Flapcap Racer, Tom's TC, Bandit Man UK, totally missed your Bandit, sorry. Matlock Biker, Howie, and Andy GSA, lots of other people, Dave Hawkins, Mr. Dave, and etc. Thanks everybody for coming along. Yeah, so we might aim to do one between Christmas and New Year, depending on who's available. All right, but thanks very long for coming. Get your words out. Thanks everybody for coming along. Blah!
Yeah, which drink can you get drunk?
Oh, well, it's Export, Carlsberg Export. So, thanks everybody for coming along, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye. Cheers.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.